FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And as you can see, we're definitely doing a different type of video today. So I get asked a lot about when is the next mentoring class? When is the next mentoring class? Did I miss the next entry for the mentoring class? So I just want to speak on the mentoring class really quick because I know it's a topic that a lot of people have been emailing me about, DMing me about. So here's your answer to specifically the mentoring course. So ever since I've been doing the mentoring course specifically since 2019, I've learned so much over those 2 years, so much more information, so much more back testing that I've done over the last 2 years, and I've tuned the strategy as I needed to allow for new things to happen in my trading. And so with that knowledge comes the fact that I want to make sure that if I'm providing a mentoring course to someone, that course has the most up-to-date information that I know based off of my own experience, based off my own back testing. Okay, so the last mentoring class that I had was May 3rd, and I decided that that was the last class that I was going to have because I felt that I needed to remake the videos and add all of this new knowledge that I've had, that I've grown, all of this new knowledge that I've gained over the last 2 years of doing mentoring courses. And based on my experience, based on the back testing that I've done on different pairs, it's allowed me to grow a lot with this particular strategy and use different tactics that I think are going to be helpful to everyone. So with that being said, for those of you asking for the mentoring course, when is the next one? I can tell you that the next mentoring course is going to be a different mentoring course than what I've ever done before. Okay? The course is still going to be 12 weeks long, and it's still going to have homework and tests and all that stuff, but the material itself, okay, is going to be updated to reflect all of the new knowledge and information that I've gathered over the last 2 years. So I can tell you that the next mentoring course is not until August. Okay, and it's not going to be so sometime in August is when I'm going to do it. I'm still working out the dates, and I'm actually still filming the new content for those courses to actually function. All right. So for those that are wanting to get an actual course that, you know, you get one-on-one sessions, you get trade room sessions and all that stuff, and you get to do homework and really learn every in detail about that, those are coming in August. I'm going to have a separate video with all of the information, regarding the mentoring course itself in a future video later this month. All right. But what I'm here to talk about today is, so over the last year or so, the number one request that I've gotten from a lot of people that have reached out to me regarding wanting to join the course or wanting to get more access to me, or wanting to just get very specific questions answered and things of that nature. What I went ahead and did was I asked in our Telegram group, I asked a question. I asked, what if I put out a 2-day Blueprint virtual live conference at an affordable price that most people can afford, 16 sessions long, and I cover literally everything that I used to trade in 2 days. And this was the response. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the FXN Blueprint Summit. What is that? The FXN Blueprint Summit is going to be a virtual live conference. It's a 2-day conference where I'm literally going to break down absolutely everything that I do to trade. Everything that I do to trade. We're going to cover about 14, 16 sessions on literally different topics. And we're going to go over all those topics in as much detail as I can and answer as many questions as I can. All right. So let's talk about this FXN Blueprint Summit. What is it? It's a 2-day event, right? So it's going to be a Saturday and a Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday. It's a virtual event. It's a virtual summit. So anybody from around the world can join, right? You don't have to travel or anything like that. All right. You're going to have basically 8 hours of content per day. So within the 2 days, you're talking about 16 hours of content in 2 days. Freaking crazy. 16 hours of content in just 2 days. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. So it's going to be about 14 plus sessions. We're trying to make it, maybe 16 or so. And they're going to be live sessions. These are not sessions that are pre-recorded or anything like that. So these are literally live sessions that will be on. Okay? All the sessions will be recorded, and you will have access to the recordings once the summit is over. Okay? So once the summit is over and everything has been recorded, we'll edit all the videos, put them in the correct sessions, put them up on our mentoring website, and then you can literally replay those sessions. Obviously, in 2 days, there's going to be a ton of information that's going to be put out there. Your brain is only going to retain so much. So it's important that obviously you're able to replay those sessions, because I know that a lot of you, most people only retain about maybe 15, 20% of a, hour-long video or whatever that they watch, let alone freaking 8 hours of content per day. Okay? So very important that you understand that the sessions are going to be live, they'll be recorded, and then you'll have access to the recordings after the summit is over. And it'll take a couple days to edit all the videos and get it all correctly done. All right? So what are the live sessions that we're going to cover? So we're going to cover market maker foundations. We're going to cover market maker patterns. We're going to cover market maker entries and exits. So I'm going to share with you literally the foundations of market maker trading, the foundations of the patterns that I specifically trade. I'm going to show you the entries and exits that I would take on certain trade setups. I'll share with you the trade setups that I've taken already, so you can see the actual real entries and real exits of some of these trades. All right. We're going to talk about market maker cycles. This is hugely important to know if you're intraday trading. We're going to talk about market maker levels. I get so many freaking questions about market maker levels. We're going to answer those questions in that session. I've made so many videos on market maker levels, it's crazy. And yet you still have questions. So we're going to go into that, and we're going to answer those questions. We're going to talk about market maker resets. Just recently, in the last, I think, 2 months, I've put out like 3 videos just on resets themselves. We're going to talk about trading psychology. It's probably the biggest factor that most people don't understand, and the biggest factor that most traders, the reason why most traders will fail is because of trading psychology. We're going to talk about risk management. How do you manage your risk? If you do not know how to manage your risk, you are not going to be a successful trader. The 90-90-90 rule, right? 90% of traders lose 90% of their investment within the first 90 days. Why is that? Well, probably the two main reasons. Number one is risk management, because they don't know how to manage the risk. And number two is trading psychology. We're going to talk about backtesting. How do I backtest? What do I do? What do I collect? What do I care about collecting? What should you be collecting when you're backtesting? We're going to talk about trading the London session. What do I do when I go to trade the London session? What do I do? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to break that down. Trading the New York session. How do I trade the New York session? We're going to break that down also. We're going to talk about market makers' average daily range. How do we calculate that? How do we use it in our trading every day? Are we just using it for levels? Are we just using it to identify peak formation highs and lows? Or can we use it intraday every day to help us trade and get better entries? Or better yet, avoid getting into bad trades or even help us with the exits? How do I use the TDI in combination with everything else? And finally, we're going to talk about the EMAs. How do I use the EMAs? We're also going to cover directional bias and things of that nature. So there's a lot of sessions that we're going to cover. Okay, a lot of sessions that we're going to cover. All right, so the Blueprint Summit. We're going to cover everything that I do, everything that I've learned. I'm going to share with you in 16 hours. All right? And we're going to make it something that's affordable for everyone to join, so there is no excuse. Okay? So when is it? It's going to be July 24th and July 25th. So the Blueprint Summit, it's going to be July 24th and July 25th. How much is it going to cost? It's going to be $229. $229 for 16 hours of straight content, no BS, just straight teachings. All right? So, if you want to join, so the link is in the description to sign up for the summit. And how it's going to work is once you make your payment for everybody that signs up, please make sure that you're using a real email address, one that you're actually going to check, because that's how I'm going to send you all the information to get access to the summit. So very important, when you sign up and you pay, and you make sure that you use a valid, good email that you're actually using and checking. All right. I'm going to send out all the welcome email and with all the information and stuff like that on July 19th. So July 19th, I'll send out an email to everybody that's joined, and you'll get the information on how it's going to all work as far as where you're going to join and things of that nature. Okay? So I hope that by doing this summit, we can help as many people as humanly possible that don't want to do a 12-week course and just want to learn as much information as possible. If you're the type that likes 12-week courses, perfectly fine. I completely understand. We have, again, a new mentoring course that's going to come out in August, and I'm going to make a separate video on that explaining literally everything about the course. All right. So guys, I hope to see you in our very first Blueprint Summit, and I hope that I could add as much of value to you guys' trading, to your back testing, to your trading psychology, to your risk management, whatever it is that you're needing help with. All right. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night.